Good morning and welcome to the Godstone Ranch School of the Arts. My name is Karen Garrett and I'm going to be your teacher for Fashion Illustration 1. You should have turned in A and B, and you should have also turned in C and D. Okay, so with those finished, I'll be grading those right now, and you can get started watching this lecture video and moving into hair and hats. So this is going to be a fun week. I hope that you have learned that you can take your fashion illustration bag everywhere with you. I took it to the vet to take my dog to get a rabies shot yesterday, and I sat in the car waiting on them since you can't go in, and even if I could have gone in, I would have taken my bag. And so I took that, and I did all kinds of drawings. You can talk and draw like we talked about before, and so it's fine to always have your bag. You can sit by the pool, sit outside, go to the park, sit in the park, enjoy yourself with your family and friends, which I have done also. Drawing is a wonderful thing to do. You're also going to be very inspirational to the people out there who need that creative interest, okay? So they'll probably be wanting to talk to you, and you'll just seem so cool, right? Because you're cool. All right, go to the assignment module 2, and you're going to see several pages in a row. We're going to do hair on the heads that you turned in. More hair. This is bad, no zone. We're going to talk about that. Hats, all kinds of hats. Hats and hair. Isn't that cool? I love this page. It makes me so happy. I can't decide which one I love the most. I like looking at them all. And this is kind of old school for hats and hair in case you're into costume design. Okay, so I am going to change the camera and we will get started doing hair and hats. Okay, so let's look at our little page here, and remember we have the no zone down there, but we're going to do I'm just go along with me. Remember, you get points for doing this. I call it the Mnis, and yes, I'm drawing upside down. So the reason I'm doing that for Fashion 1 is because fashion heads, hair, all that stuff, you know, you have to learn how to do it really good. But in the beginning, you may have, they look kind of wonky, which mine did until I turned them right side up and fixed them. But you're gonna, you know, just toy with it, play with it, enjoy this, okay? Now, I call it the Mnis. So, for example, right here, that looks like an M. See? Down, up, down, up, down. Okay, so this is a M. You find an N in here. There's another M. See? Dink, dink, dink. So that one kind of goes wide over and like that. So that M looks like that. And that M looks more like that. So that's the M and the M. Okay, let's try to find an N. Anyway, you're going to look in here and you'll see it. Oh, there's an N. See? That's a definite N. Dink, dink. So that's an N. And then here's another one. See the N? So that one looks like skinny, super skinny, and then big fat. Well, that's more like an M, but a W. But okay, just think of M and I's, and then the I's are maybe just like that, which is I. Okay, so that's sort of what you're going to do a lot of times, and I've just made that up. I just call it the M and I's. So let's go with the female head, frontal head. You are going to be able to use all of these. Please don't just go, I'm going to use that one on everybody. No, I want you to use as many as you can. You had 4 girls on the top, and then plus her 2 other ones, so you got 6. So choose 6 that you really like. That's a 3/4, that's a 3/4. See what I'm saying? Like, you're going to need to decide which one. This is a back, so that's no. But go ahead and look and try to figure out which ones you like. Okay, so at this point, let's just say this one, okay? Let's talk about necks really fast before we keep going. For the guy, you need to do all your shoulders and necks. So those are your shoulders and necks. The guy has an Adam's apple here. This is an Adam's apple, but don't make it a round apple, make it angular. Remember, guys are more angular. The guy, his shoulders come out to the ears. They come higher up. So notice that his shoulder tops are more at 1 3/8. Hers are way down here at 1 1/2. Okay, this is the clavicles and the throat. He would have his clavicle down here like that. But anyway, you're going to do all of the necks and then the shoulders. So here's, I've already done those. So go ahead and get the necks and shoulders done. You have some examples in there to look at. All right. So now we're going to get started with some hair. It's not hard, but let's go to the nose zone first. The nose zone, I'm going to do, let's see, right here. Okay, let's go to the nose zone right here. Do this with me, please, under the side head mail. Okay, you remember, oh, let's do it on right here. Okay, so remember when you were a kid and someone said, let's draw curly hair. What did you do? And what if you said really curly hair? Then you did twice. We're never doing that again. That's no zone. Okay, see the little, like a bald guy, but you have the little spark, you know, little 4 hairs on the top. Don't do that, please. See the braids, how they just made dots. So let's come down here. We'll make this one a pigtail. So you go whoop, whoop, like Drake's hair, like we've got a tonsil hair, remember? And then you did they did circles, and then whee on the end. That's not how we do braids. That's a no zone. Okay, so then straight hair. I'm going to do straight hair. So then let's just use this as straight hair. Do lines like that, and then like that, and then lines, you know, Pharaoh kind of situation. Okay, and everybody does the pigtail where you know, you just do a circle, and then that's in the no zone. So basically, this is bad hair examples. Bubble, don't do that. Okay. So now that we have that out of our system, oh, let's talk about necks really quick. Okay, so for a neck, we don't do a little vase thing, you know, like an egg on a vase. It has to be, for the girl, it has to be straight down and a little angled down, and then you end up with the curve. So that's that. And you don't want lollipop neck, you know, where it's just out of proportion. Okay. That's that. All right, so let's start with, I think frontal head would be great. And that's my Apple Watch, so if you need me, whatever I'm doing, everything to communicate with me is connected. All my forms of communication go with my Apple Watch, so you're welcome to always contact me anytime you want to. Okay, let's start with, where's that picture? Here it is. Okay. So, all right. This is the eye line, so you mark your eye line, and then you say, oh, I don't want to do that one because there's no ears. Oh, don't cover up all your ears. Oh, let's go to the zone again. Okay, people do this a lot. They'll put hair over the whole face, like that's my hair, and then there's like a mouth. You know, because they don't want to, and oh, over on this side like that, because they don't want to do ears, they don't want to do eyes, no eyebrows, they don't want to do the nose. Yeah, and then when we get to hats, it'll be the same thing. So you do this with me, okay? The hat, it's like, okay, that's my hat. This is my hat. And then that's all you have left, because they don't want to do ears, they don't want to do eyes, and all that. Everyone knows that those are the tricks. Don't do it, Bubble. Don't do it. Okay. So, you know, you can look up your own hair if you want to. Just I'm going to go with this one right here so that we can get some Mnis. All right, so I'm going to say here's the eyeball, 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 half, half, and then I'm going to go ahead and make her have an ear. I want one ear showing, okay? Don't cover up all these beautiful ears that you've done, because you have to have ears to do jewelry when we start doing jewelry. Okay, so let's start with this. So if her hair touches her eye line and it starts kind of low at your hairline, the major part is right here at the V. So we're going to go, okay, it kind of goes to the left and right of that eye. So we're going to make a mark. It goes here and it goes here. And that is more like a, well, like a V, but think of it loosely like a, you know, Mnis kind of thing. Okay, so that's that. We're going to take off some of this and that hairline. Okay, now this one's going to come, and it's going to come over and across and hit into the center of that eye. So we're going to swoop over to there, see, and then the end. So the end is going to come, you're going to aim, comes up to about right there, and then you're going to come back down over to where the ear, see that line goes to the ear, so aim all the way over to the ear. All right, if that's all done at this point, let me see what we have. Yeah, I'm going to make this one kind of thick. Okay, because you don't want lines. Oh, let's go back to the nose one. You don't want hair that goes. Okay, don't do that. They're clumps. So hair is actually clumps. Okay, so we're going to get rid of that. Okay, so we can see a little bit of our eyebrow, see our eyes, and we can see both ears right now. Okay, so now at this point, hair always has thickness on the top of your head. So if her egg is like that, there's a thickness. Hair doesn't just go like tape on the top of your head. So she has a whoopie-doo there and a whoopie-doo, almost a mustache. So we're going to come up high. Where does it end? On the side of the head, about like right here. So you kind of make the place where you're going to go. Make your plan. There you go. And it goes in and out. So in, out. Okay, it's going to do the same thing over there. Okay, and now we're going to get rid of the top of the head. All right, and then your head adds volume to the side of your face, so you're going to figure out, okay, this first whoopie-doo outside of the head is a little above the eye line, so that would be here. So this is what I always do. You make the marks. We're not doing, remember, this kind of thing anymore. So we're going to start here. You can't have just a line in, so I'm going to thicken that up a slight bit, and we're going to go out, and back in. Then I'm going to erase this line. Okay, then same thing on that side. Okay. Out and then back in. Now remember, we're going to keep our ear. You're going to have at least one ear. So this kind of rides the side of the egg, and this one's outside of it. So I'm going to ride this. I'm going to go a little outside the egg and come down. Look, it goes all the way down to where? Oh, the shoulders. So we're going to go through the ear there. Okay, now we're going to go down to the shoulders. And oh, yay, look what we have. In. So okay, I guess I made an M, but that's all right. And then I'm going to make it soft to the neck. Get rid of that shoulder because it's covering it up. And we have this last little bit right there. So where does it end though? You always have to ask yourself, where does it end? Okay, the mouth. So there would be the mouth. So you're going to go out, down to the mouth, and then back in. And we have an ear. We're going to put jewelry on next week. Okay, so let's make sure we keep an ear on every one of your croquis. That looks very nice. Let's finish it up. So she has some little bit of eyes coming in there. And we're going to do a little eye right there. Where else? Maybe right in there. She's looking good. All right, we have another one that comes up from here. So there. And last but not least, let's go ahead and do this little piece that comes out. Where does it come to? The nose. Okay, so it comes out to the nose and back. It comes down to almost the bottom of the chin. And there's an eye. And then lastly it goes over the shoulder, back, that's a kind of a V, and back to the neck. Okay, so you definitely want to have your neck because we're going to do jewelry, scarves, all kinds of fun stuff. I'm going to leave my ear. I like it. So, you know, if you want to, go ahead and leave both ears, but for sure, definitely do one. Now, is that cute or what? I love it. All right, so now let's do a guy. Same thing. You're going to do this with me. What are we going to do? We probably should do, I'm going to teach you curls in a minute. Let's do this one because it's kind of Mni. All right, so here's the center of the face. You always need to mark these out. There's the eyes at the top of the ear, the nose is at the bottom of the ear, and then the mouth. Okay, so eye, half. So 1, 2, 3, half, half. So you've got that marked, okay? Please mark it. I want to see how your process goes here. So now, because we did that, we know this is the center, that this part of the hair is over here. So we're going to come down a little lower. We're going to make that swoop. Remember, you have to go above the head. This is why I left you a space up here, and for hats. But we're going to do that. Okay, so now at this point, it's going to swoop out. So it comes closer to the head. Oh, come on. At least we have an eraser. We're going to go like that. Okay. And up. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and create that shape, and then we'll add Mnis in there in just a second. So I'm gonna make this shape, comes up to his hairline, see, there, and then it comes, where does it come down to? Mark the right here in the eye. So we're gonna come down, up, and then there's that one little piece. Okay, so that comes to here. Now let's finish out this swoop by the side of the head. Okay, let's erase it all out. I think it's a little deeper than that. And yes, I am doing this upside down, so I'll fix it when I turn it around. Okay, so now these are kind of eyes, but please do not do the you know, don't do that. You think Mnis, okay? And they have to curve Mnis. So we're gonna do this. Watch me. Can you see? Yeah. Okay. So curving M, a longer N, M, I. See what I mean? It makes it a little more random. And I don't like those little things on the end there. Okay. So it makes it more random if you think Mni, and you kind of think of a free one. Okay, just a minute. Okay, I'm back. So now let's keep going right here with this guy. So, you know, Mni, kind of get your plan to go, okay, so there's this one right here that goes up like that. So we go, there's that, which is a in. There's an I in there, I see. And then we've got a curvy in. I don't like that one right there. And another, let's do an M. Okay, and then now these M and I's swoop the other way. So think of M, N, I. That looks nice. All right, funky little sideburn there. Keep the ears. We'll do some sort of man jewelry on the ears, okay? M, N, I, you know. Okay, there's an I. I guess you could add a V, but I still like just to say M and I. Okay, so then now you're going to go over the head. Remember, hair always adds height. And it has another swoop right here. And then this swoop is above the eye, so we go again here. You're always using the face as where to start and stop. And then the last swoop goes above the ear. And down into his sideburn there. Erase the head before we do the M and I's. I guess what I'm trying to say is I did have a student one time who did this. M, N, I, and you know, don't do that. I'm trying to get you to loosen up a little bit, but still kind of think of it in that way. Do some M and I's underneath here. M and I. Okay, so now this is a clump. Call it a clump. There's your clump, and it's got some M and I's in there. There's a clump that comes down, but let's do the outside first. You're going to go to the eye, so here's your eye. Comes up to the hairline and back around. And then you've got those clumps down to his sideburn. Rid of the side of the head. And this is fun. You can talk to your friends. And usually my dog, he's asleep in the closet because he was mad at me because I took him to get the rabies shot yesterday. And but normally I'm kicking the ball. I like to stand up and draw. Anyway, okay, so there we are. So now we're going to do some M and I's. M, N, oh, that was more of an M, I, okay? And then we're going to swoop, some swoops. Got some M and I's, a bunch of them right in here. Okay. Oh, and here's the other thing. Go back to the nose zone. You don't want to do this, add this. You don't want to do zigzags. You know, yeah, that could be M and I's like crazy, but you don't want to do zigzags. Here we go. Okay, so we're going to do an eye, a couple of eyes here. Okay, there. Isn't that nice? I love it. Ooh-wee, that looks really nice. Doesn't he look good? That's so awesome. Okay, so now you know how to do hair. All right, this one has a lot more. This is the M and I's. This has a little less of the M and I's, but they're so super cute. I love it. So now you understand how to do that. Let's do a curly hair person. Oh, and for the guys, go back before we get off him. Guys, they like to have a little stubble. Now this is just very thick, but they like them to have a little bit of a, you know, a little day-old kind of shadow. So you just stipple. Just a little stipple. So if you did that, you know, just a little. Now, if you want this to be a really big part of your look, then make it look just like that. Just make the stipple thicker, but pretty much it's just dots that look like, you know, little growth. And you can do like that. You can do it above the lip if you want to, or however you want to do that, but they like that for the guys, a lot of that. So, and if you want to be more specific, you can do these things. But that's not, you don't have to, I'm just letting you know that you can if you want to. All right. Now, let's go to the curly hair. Okay, so curly hair. Let's go just to the nose zone. You already know we don't do curly hair. Oh, it's thick curly hair. We don't do that. That's no. zone. Draw that. Do this with me. Pretty, please. Okay, so they have in here kind of a zigzag, and then that's what I would call pasta. So let me show you how I think you should do it. See how much fun that is? I just love that. And a lot of people will avoid this like the plague because they're like, oh, I don't know how to do curls. Well, let's just start with the outside. Okay, so let's just say it's not looking the same direction, but it doesn't matter. We're going to go to the end and we're going to go, okay, I'm going to just give myself a little dotted line, and it's wider there, it gets skinnier at the top, but it's still thick, and it goes wide. I'm going to give myself a zone. I'm going to say that is my zone. Okay, now her hair is a lot longer because see, it goes below the head. But I'm trying to stay within my square, so that's okay. I'm going to go ahead and erase this because I know curls are going to cover all that up. Now, am I going to put curls on top of my one ear? No, because I have to do jewelry on that ear next time. So okay, so now here is our hairline, and so at this point, you don't do noodles. We don't do that. That's a thing of the past. So that's definitely in the no zone. So and you don't have to make every curl completely perfect. We're gonna, some of them are bigger, see? And then you just sort of fill in some spaces. So let's start here at the front. You can already see where her hairline is, so you haven't lost anything there. You can see it. So here's what we're going to do. Let's just start and let me show you how to do it first. Okay, so I don't like the super skinny pasta. I like the fatter pasta because you can always fill it in. So if you want to do pasta, think of a pasta. Okay, there you go. And then, okay, make it where you can see it. And see, this is the edge. Let's pretend. So this is your next pasta. Thick macaroni. Okay, and then now here's your next one. See what I mean? And then you can erase this, and it looks like in the end, oh, too far. Well, shoot, we'll go like this. It'll go like that. It just kind of goes like that, and that's the end. So we're going to leave our ear. So we're going to start here from the front, and we're going to make maybe a curl that goes in front of the ear. So let's try to do a pasta. And we can always erase. I'm being stiff right now to show you kind of how to do it. And then you can just go like that on the end. Oh my gosh, I love it. Oh, I love that. Okay, so now I'm going to have, let's do a couple that kind of go like that. So we're going to do, and don't make them all go the same way or it'll look odd. So now I'm going to do them upside down. You can make it as long as you want to go. And now I'm going to give myself a little like that. Okay, and you're going to do that a few times all around in here. Let me just kind of do, like over this one, I'm going to make another one. But I'm going to make them fatter. This time I'm going to make them fatter. And you can always go skinnier too, see? And now I'm going to go skinnier. And now I'm going to end it where our little dotted line is. See what I mean? Okay, so now up in here, what I'm going to do is erase where it went over. And then I might just add a little curvy line in there, you know, to meet up with some stuff. So, and that's how you do it. And you just fill it all up. And yeah, it's a little more time consuming, but it's super dramatic and it's so cute. So you can do a curly hair like that. And then let's practice with, I do want you to finish the curly hair girl, okay? Finish her up, get her all done. And I will do my homework and get her finished up too. Just don't want to waste all your time on the video. Okay, so for the guy, let's do another guy. Okay, let's do, how about if we do, I like that guy. So, all right, so yeah, it's looking the other direction, but here, let's do this again. There's your eyes, here's your center, but we turn slightly, so what you're gonna have to visualize, it's gonna go poopy, 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 poopy on the top. And you can also look up other hair do's for yourself. Okay, and it goes down low like that. And then in the back, you got this man bun. That looks cute. Oh, you know what? We might want to give him a ponytail too. I'm going to give him a ponytail. Japanese or something. Looking. And so then I'm going to have his hair wrapped in, and I'm making this one up. And then his hair comes down. That's cool. Okay, so M, I, and leave it alone. You don't want to, oh, you also don't want to be all like M, N, I, M, N, because that looks like scribbles. You sort of have to be artistic about it, okay? So let's do that. See how the M and I's, and then it leaves a white space and a little bit more. Okay, so we're going to go M, N, I, okay, and then we're going to come back up here, and let's see, how would that be? That would come up there, like so. That's going to have a clump that comes back into the bun, and I'm going to add that in. See, once you know what you're doing, you can you can do it upside down. You can do it on your own. Now that you understand what you're doing, see? It's just a really nice formula. And, what are we going to do there? We'll just have it just end. Yeah. Okay. But see what I mean? Isn't that nice? I would love that. I'm going to put some Japanese jewelry on that guy. Okay, and then the bun, circular immunize. Alright, isn't that just great? I really love that. Okay, oh, and always tell yourself that you love what you're doing. Please, it's so nice. Alright, so at this point, you're going to do that with all of these. You're going to give them hair. I want you to go ahead and take a picture of your hair while it's still hair, like done, like him and her, because now you're going to put hats on there, and you're going to have to erase. So you're going to do A, B, C, D with just hair, and then you're going to send it back to me A, B, C, D with hair and hats, okay? So let's do a hat. Okay. I want to cover up all my beautiful hair. Okay, so she's gonna get a tiara. So let's see, I love that one. And well, let's just do this one right here so that I can do it faster for you. Okay, so on the top of the head, it doesn't sit up here, you know, it sits on the head. And that's why you're going to take pictures of everything before you do the hats, because you're going to, I mean, he would look good in like an indie hat, you know what I mean, but it would look more like a halo, so you might have to add some texture to it, and you might want to look one up, but don't just draw me a circle like a halo around the head. It needs to look really cool, because at some point we're going to do grayscale and pen and make him look really nice. Okay, so there you go. I'm going to go up and up. So let's see, there's one in the front. And there's a couple in the back. And there's a little diamond in the front here. Don't be afraid to erase. And you know, Bubble's too lazy to erase, so please, Bubble, learn to erase. It's okay. Erasing's okay. It's not a waste of time to do a fine job. So I just think that is adorable. Really like it. And I might want to add some diagonal lines in the back just to give that the, you know, foreground background situation. Okay, so for this guy, I don't want to cover up his hair. Okay, so I'll put this little pillbox. And what do you call that? It's called a smoking cap. Okay, so I'm going to put a little smoking cap on him. So some of the hair you do, don't choose the hair that's the coolest on the top. Choose the cooler hair on the bottom, because then you're going to have to erase it and you're going to feel bad just like I do. Okay, so then here we go. It comes down closer to you. Anything that's closer to you has to come lower in space. Okay, and then I know that that side has to be the same as this side. That curve has to be exactly like this curve or it'll look very odd. So let's not do a weird thing like that. From this very center is where you're going to get the tassel. So, which side am I going to do the tassel on? See, decisions. I'm going to go over here. And then I'm going to come down with it right there because I want it to hang right there. So I come down. So don't just be random. It has to be, you need to be very specific with your choices, because in fashion design it's super specific, and then people will buy your designs and then you have to deliver exactly what you told them you were doing that they agreed on. You'll talk about a lot about that in your classes. Now that's as cute as it can possibly be, and it has this design. Okay, so just because I love my dog kind of is making me think of my dog. Curve, it looks like a bone. I don't know why there's a bone on the front of that, but why not? I kind of like it. Okay, and finish my bone. I'm going to go ahead and add a little jewel to it because it needs it, if you ask me. And it needs a little border, so I'm going to make a very light border edge so that I know, oh, and that bone has to come down there. And then at that point I can go, they're skinnier farther away, they get fatter closer, so I have to really concentrate on making them bigger. And now I'm going to go littler again, okay? And littler and littler. That's so nice. Okay, and just because I think it needs it, I think it needs a nice border. Yeah. Needs to get fatter as they go closer to you. And now I'm going to have to start going skinnier again. Oh my goodness, I love that. Okay, so all of these are going to have hats and hair, okay? And then you're going to turn those in. Oh, hats, hair, shoulders. See, shoulders. And we are going to keep going with those on module 3. with jewelry, like I said, leave an ear, jewelry, and scarves. Okay, so that's that, and then I'm going to pause for a second and tell you some nice things. Okay, so I hope you've had fun watching that and flowing along with me on your A, B, C, and D. I'm going to go sit by the pool and draw my homework, and I hope that you have nice places that you can go. I might go see my mom tomorrow and my aunt, and then, you know, I don't know, I can do a lot of things and draw. So please enjoy your life and also do your homework. What I've learned is, for me, if I start on Monday and I look at the assignment, I read it all the way through, at least my mind is set to know what to do. Then the next day, Tuesday, watch the lecture video, and you can follow along with me, and that will be done, so that's for points. And then you can watch the support videos on Wednesday, and then you can draw your hair, hats. Divide it up. You know, if you get ready to draw hair and hats on all of the 16, then just divide it up. You know, if you have 4 days, then draw 4 per day. You don't have to sit down and do it all as a crash course. And in fact, I want you to really enjoy yourself. So I can't wait to see what you do. I love fashion, and I'm loving getting to know you guys too. Have a great week.